Previously. X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show.
Dispatch! We have intruders in the...
Welcome, intruders. Ignore the choking sounds. This is X-Rated, the X-Men animated.
Just said advice in general.
You want to ignore the choking sounds?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly. Whenever you hear them, you can ignore them, especially if you have children. No, that's not good at all.
Or a particularly adventurous roommate.
Exactly.
You know, most kids don't want anything to do with us. What's up with you?
Well, we appreciate you all because you are here and you want something to do with us, and we want something to do with you, which is talk about X-Men.
You sure that's what you want to do with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the X-Goons, yeah. You know, we could rise up against the oppressors of mutanthood one day, but, you know, we'll talk about that. I am one of your hosts.
Has he said anything?
Nothing that makes any sense. Should I call the police?
No, don't. Because I am Scalisto, and I avoid all people. Especially the police. And with me, as always, is my co-host.
The paralysis is just wearing off.
His paralysis has just worn off. That's why we're a little late. It was...
Oh, sorry, Dad.
He was just sitting there like that for 15 minutes.
By a mutant.
Yeah, well, we're almost good with old Andre Black over there.
It's either that or Bell's palsy.
Well, if it's Bell's palsy, let me know if you're hearing the bells.
Is that why they call it Bell's palsy?
No.
Okay, I was going to say that can't be the reason.
Most diseases are named after people. It's probably
Yeah,
something
I assume so.
But, you know, what about where's the Myette's palsy?
I don't want to be named after a horrible disease because that means I got it and it's so rare they named it after me.
Or you cured it.
Yeah, it's possible.
Or discovered it.
That is true. That is true. But normally it's like I think of that SNL sketch when Norm Macdonald played Lou Gehrig, and, you know, he's doing the whole speech when he retires. It's like black and white. He's like, you know, today I'm the luckiest man in the world, and everybody's like cheering and stuff. And then he's like, I'm being sarcastic, and the audience is still kind of. He goes, I have a disease so rare they named it after me. And he's just like, they're like, it's really good.
Norm Macdonald, man. I tell Norm Macdonald jokes all the time. The only jokes I can remember are his jokes because it's like the delivery he does. It makes you remember them.
I don't think it was him because I think he had died before it happened. But when O.J. Simpson died, they had a joke that really made me think about Norm Macdonald. Like, it seemed like one he would have written. It said, like, O.J. Simpson died today. Hopefully he can rest easy knowing that his wife's real killer is now dead.
That is something he would have said.
Yeah,
on the old Weekend Update. Yeah, that's funny. This is X-Men. We're here to this is X-Rated Evolution, I should say, but we're here to review X-Men Evolution, Season 3, Episode 6, X-Treme Measures. Story by Greg Johnson and Boyd Kirkland. Written by Jules. Yes. Okay. Yes, I did it the proper way this time. Written by Jules Dennis and Greg Johnson and directed by Frankie P. Frank Poor. All right. Well, should we talk about this episode?
I guess we can do that.
All right.
Well,
first, something very important we must do. We must, in fact, do this.
Previously on X-Men Evolution.
We have to let everyone know what happened last time.
Nothing relevant to this episode.
Is that better?
It couldn't get any better.
Well, it's about time.
That's for sure.
It's about time. It's about damn time.
It's like the fans are waiting for you and I to finally get together. You know, they're just well, they want the energy. You know, it's been permeating for many episodes.
I always hoped those kids would get together.
That's right. Someday, maybe, folks. Keep holding out hope. You never know.
Yep. All right, sharing your screen.
All right, Davin, I have a quick question for you.
Okay.
Would you mind? For some reason, your name always reminds me of a Davenport, which is a type of couch. Has this ever come up in your life before?
No, people more talk about the location.
Davenport in Australia? Or in Iowa?
Well,
It's in Iowa. There's one in Australia too, I think. Wait, is there?
I think there might also be one in Alaska.
There's a surname of a city in Iowa. It's a surname. A city in Iowa, a former neighborhood in Toronto, a type of sofa or desk, or a number of notable people, including American geneticist Charles Davenport, American tennis player Lindsay Davenport, and English actor Jack Davenport.
Well, I am a geneticist tennis player, so that
the couch specifically, or the desk, is what I think of when I think of Davenport's.
Well, you should think of me.
Like, well, good Davenport. You ever thought about creating some kind
of... Hanif says there's a Davenport, Florida.
Oh, good old Hanif. Hanif, I saw that he is in a group, like a Facebook group for fans of the show from. I don't know if we've ever talked about this with him, but I was there today on the set of that show. So it's partially.
Did you kill anyone?
I cannot neither confirm nor deny. I've signed an NDA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the Colony House residents, so I'm just whenever they need people for those scenes, they usually get a call. So I was there today, and I'll be doing it again on Friday.
I almost got a commercial, just missed.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
They never tell me when I don't get things, but this time they sent me an email saying like it was close. I was like,
I got one for this hour is 22 minutes. Actually, they sent me something saying it was really close. It was a hard call, but thanks for trying and don't try again. So I was like, yeah, well, maybe somebody.
I got one of those encouraging emails, so we'll see.
Encouraging? What? I just want to keep you hanging on your hook.
Hanif loves hook.
Well, did you see me in it, Hanif? Because I'm in there.
I saw you once. I watched the first season, or maybe two.
I'm not in the first season, so if you saw me in the first season, it wasn't me.
It was season 2 then.
2 and 3, you'll see me around. And the third one, I have a pretty notable spot where I bump into a guy.
Oh yeah,
near the end. And I got a lot of pictures from people that are like, "Is this you?" with like a photo of me. Hanif, if you remember when, oh God, what's his name? The kid that came on the bus. So there's like the main guy. It's an Ellis? No, Ellis the son. There's a guy that's name is like the son's name, but it's not the son. It's a black kid that came in on the bus on the second season. There's a scene where he keeps seeing this vision of this ghostly woman in a kimono, and there's a scene where she reached out to him and he backs up and bumps into me, and then I look at him and I keep walking, and that's most people catch me on that particular scene. So, well, there's stuff going on in the fourth season that's interesting. So,
Hanif was too busy being pissed off at everyone in the show.
That's what he said. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, cool show. It's fun. It's pretty dark. But I was hanging around the city. I went to go see a movie. That's why I'm a little late because I was in the city already. And I thought, well, I'll go see a movie I can't see here because you guys got more theaters and more movies there in the Greater Halifax area. I'll save what it was for my movie recommendations. I really liked it. So, all right. So we start off at Spear Sports, where they create a drink called POW-R8. Where a group of misfits, POW-R8, where you see this group of misfits who we recognize as the Morlocks, with Callisto being right there in front and center, break into the factory, destroy the equipment and all of the product. Security guard catches them, but then a little girl with very large hands kind of creeps up behind him and touches him. This girl right here. The guard's paralyzed, and the Morlocks get away. Does she have a name? I couldn't find a cast credit for her. Okay. Save it for one of your exploits. So the next morning, then we get the whole intro. Then we see her at Spear Sports. It looks like Pearports, if you're not paying attention. Pearports.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought it was the first time. I watched the episode sort of a second time.
It's actually not a bad design. It's just kind of funny. It's like
Spear Sports.
The Spear Sports building reminds me of the Power Rangers hangout in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So this big tower here. We need teenagers with attitude. So we see Guy Spear, the owner of Spear
Rangers.
Alpha. Arriving to check out the damage. The assistant asks if he wants to call the cops. Spear tells him be bad publicity as our aid is about to come out soon. He tells them to boost security. We see the kids
Gotta boost it up.
Gotta boost up security. We see kids playing a prank by cutting off this the symbol of this kid on the Power 8 poster. And then we see Scott and Jean both trying to avoid Kitty, who we discover has gotten her learner's permit and needs some experience with licensed drivers, and nobody wants to do it because they're terrible.
Oh, you know I got a clip for this. All right.
We know. And she's looking for any licensed 18-year-old to ride with her.
We know.
I bet the professor will ask one of you to do it. We know.
I guess that's a little late.
Well, I guess we now know how old Scott and Jean are in the show. They're
18.
Legal,
Rogue, not quite.
Legal age.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I would hope so. The way everyone's trying to hook them up.
No, I mean, kids can have sex with other kids. It's just a matter of like.
But adults shouldn't be like angling that.
Well, they want them to get together because they obviously like each other. That's why. It's not like they're like, yeah, I can't wait to watch this. They're just.
You saw that look on Xavier's face. You zoomed in on it.
Xavier's a textbook creepo. You know that. he's an old school creep.
Old school. He's from the old school. He's from
the old school of creepdom. You know, it was cool to be a creep. Sort of. Everybody was kind of a creep. I don't know. It's the old days. You just look at the camera and you give
people minded their business,
or they didn't, and they really minded yours from a distance using their mental powers. You know, the old times, the good old days. So we see a kid them avoiding Kitty, and then of course Kurt tells them about all that. But just before all that happens, we see Evan's pranked by the kids. There's a spring with the skateboarding kid pops out of his locker and scares him. Kids, of course, are pranking him because he's now a no mutant. We see this kid with a very kind of sloping jawline. This kid is very much designed to look like a nerd. Of course, is nice to him, tells him he thinks it's cool he's a mutant and wishes he had superpowers. Andrew Black is his name, which is where my name came from.
These scenes are like where it's showing the dynamic at school now, where with the mutants being open and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are interesting. Like I'm always on the edge of my seat just to see how the interactions will go. And the first scene was really cool in this episode too with the Morlocks.
Yes, yeah.
This one starts off real strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in this ep.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of plays in with a lot of neat things. So happy to see it. We're back to So then Kitty, of course, is still, they're trying to avoid Kitty still. That's where Kurt explains the whole situation, and then they take off before she's able to ask them to let them drive. She's like, I can drive. They kind of speed up, pretend they don't see her. So, and he tells everyone else, So Andy, of course, is hanging out with Evan. Evan's curious as to why he's being so nice to him. They run into this group of thugs that bullied Andy before. Andy, of course, says, well, Evan's like going to stand up for him now that they're friends. And Evan's like, is that why you're pretending to be friends with me? Just so you can get me to beat up people for you? Like, no thanks. The kids have then, of course, still try to beat him up.
Well, look, I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to leave and they still pick on him. So.
Yeah.
It's actually, I kind of like this concept because this would happen in a real life situation.
Yeah.
There'd be some nerd at school that would be like, hey, I'll do your homework for some big kid if you'll beat up the bullies for me or something. Very similar to the concept.
Really feels like an episode of Buffy.
Yeah, I can see that. If all of a sudden, like, it became apparent. Well, I guess it was like eventually they have that big kind of touching episode where the school give her the school savior or school protector sort of trophy because at prom or something, because they all know that she does something. They don't know what she does, but they know that she does something to keep them safe. So, it's kind of like that, I guess, but I guess it was more open. So Kurt gets him out, teleports him out of there before they get into a big old fight. So So we see the Institute professors telling Gene and Scott this is a dangerous mission for them. Logan walks in and says, "Sounds like a job for him." They slink away, and the mission, of course, is
explosives.
So he gives Logan the keys and tells him he has to take Kitty in the X van and help her learn driving. Logan freaks out. We get a pretty funny scene of him freaking out because she's like going to smash through the gate. He's like, the gate. And she was like, and she faces the car through the gate, I believe.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't advance my window because the way the StreamYard is. He's like, wait for the gate, and then she just faces through it, which is kind of cool, actually. If I had those sort of powers, I definitely fuck with people a lot that way. It'd be like driving into the door and like drive straight into like the carport and go right to the door.
She walks through people all the time in this show.
Yeah, which seems like kind of an invasion. I wonder what that feels like. If it feels like anything, I guess. It feels like nothing, I suppose. What if she like looks at your insides? That'd be weird.
Like she drops her keys in there. Like, what did she do?
Yeah, or bubbles one time. Remember, like her
beast or toothbrush.
Her toothbrush, which is not very hygienic.
No. So
you know,
pretty funny.
We see Evan come. You see Evan get home. He's still spiked out. Aurora tries to talk to him. He just growls, not now, and heads into his room. Takes a lot of effort, but he finally manages to pull the spikes back in. But then he still has plates running down his spine that he can't seem to get to go back.
Which happened, I think, last episode too.
Yes, it took him a while to get them back into. So Kitty and Logan make it back home, but everyone from the stop sign newspaper vending machine is embedded in the van. So there's all these different things that she's hit along the way. As Logan stalks up furiously, Kitty asks him when she's going to get a second lesson. He goes by Xavier and throws the keys.
I got this one. Scott and Jean are right. I owe them, and I owe you too, Chuck.
I owe you too, Chuck. He's so mad.
So the next morning, Jean sacrifices Scott by using her powers to put
that was hilarious.
Kitty's in, so he has to go with her.
It's like, it has to be one of us. It might as well be you.
See Evan in the kitchen guzzling milk again. He has
especially
more
needs it now.
He has more plates on his arm and his hand now. Then Berserker reminds him of the skate competition. So he's going to drink some new power. So before the competition, he's going to drink some of that Power 8, but then Kalisto bumps into him, makes him drop it, so he doesn't have a chance to drink it. And she tells him it's poison. So then back in the competition, they find out that Evan kicks ass in the competition, but, is accused by the other kid of using his mutant powers.
Evan Spyke, pro skater.
That's right. His last name isn't Spike, is it?
No, it's his nickname.
No, it's right.
Last name's James.
Right. So then he's accused by the kid of using his mutant powers. He says his powers don't help him skateboard. They're not related. The kid says he has to talk to the judges about it. Evan gets upset, saying he knows how this is going to go. They're going to disqualify him, so he takes off. He does grab a Power 8 on the way out and takes a drink, but then his powers go to control and his spikes go everywhere, which cause some destruction that the X-Men managed to save the bystanders from, as like one of the scoreboards is going to fall on them, and Iceman freezes it. Jean uses her telekinetic powers to kind of make it so it doesn't fall on everybody. Berserker sees them both in so Spike runs off. He sees Kalisto following her, and he takes off after them. Storm goes to look for him, but they're gone. And Kalisto catches up with Evan, and other Morlocks appear. I think we get there. So we see, of course, Scott. Beast runs some tests on the Power 8 and find out it's toxic to mutants, even to the touch. So then down in the sewers, we see Evan connects with, is rescued by Kalisto and Caliban and some of the other mutants. I don't know who's the guy who looks like Mondo Gecko from the Teenage Mutant
I don't
Turtles.
think he gets a name.
He looks very much like Mondo Gecko. Do you not think that?
Yeah, kind of.
So maybe this is part of the Turtles crossover that I've been promoting.
Well, there you have it. They live in the sewers too.
That's exactly Morlock Turtle crossover. It's a no-brainer.
It's been meant to happen for sure.
One of my favorites is, do you remember, I assume you were of the same age of me when like Fox had that afternoon show where it was like there was I think it was Power Rangers in Space at the time, and then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action TV show that was on Fox briefly.
What? I don't remember that.
Oh, it's called The Next Mutation. It lasts for like 2 or 3 seasons. You don't remember it?
No.
Oh man, it's a live action turtle show. It was on Fox.
I missed that.
And they did a crossover episode where the Power Rangers in space meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What?
Yes.
I feel like that was like probably when I like started to check out from cartoons. Like I pretty much just finished watching X-Men and Spider-Man, and then I gave up on cartoons.
It was like 97, dude. 98. Like 96. Well, Spider-Man went to 98, so you know, that was you're still pretty young. You're like 12. How old are you again now? Are you older than me?
41.
Okay, not by much. So yeah, I don't know. Seems a little early, but yeah. So they had this crossover episode, and it was so funny because like the Power Rangers, like in the world, in the Power Rangers world, every other week a giant monster attacks Angel Grove, and then they had a female turtle named Venus de Milo. And then I think in the first episode, Shredder gets out of the way, and they have a new bad guy called Dragon Lord, who's some kind of dragon dude. And it was a weird show. I have the whole season on DVD. I found it somewhere in a bin for like $10. I picked it up. It's crazy. It might have only been one season, but yeah, they turned out there's a fifth turtle in their case they didn't know about. They got washed away in the sewer, and somebody else raised that turtle. And then Splinter talked to that guy who also was like a karate guy on the astral plane or something, and then so they were aware of her. Yeah, I know it's pretty convoluted, but
karate people adopt like mutant turtles and reptiles.
And mutant turtle, yes, the karate person, mutant turtle adoption agency.
One of those cliches we see so often in cinema.
So anyway, Kalisto gives Evan the rundown of who they are. You should know this by now, but they're Morlocks who live underground because they can't fit in with regular society. Although I think Caliban probably could. He just looks like a pale dude.
Yeah. Too pale.
So your laundry's ready, Evan. They have a problem now, though. It seems the Powerade vats are emptied right into their tunnels, which is
Callisto looks normal. They make her hot in this. She's just a hot girl with an eye patch. Like they don't even try to make her look like before. She was just like not the most attractive lady. Like she still never like really deserved to be in the sewers because of her appearance. She was just like
she got an eye patch.
Were her powers
monstrous?
This one, she's just like a hot lady with an eye patch.
What was the movie? It was the Ready Player One where there's like the girl that has a birth. She's like a beautiful girl who has like a birthmark over her side of her face, over her eye, which is not at all distracting or really ugly. It's just a little darker, and they're like, she's hideous. You know, it's like I don't think they really say that in the movie, but it's just I think it's supposed to be like a facial, deformity, but she really just is a beautiful person with, a mark on her face.
Well, it's the same with Tyrion Lannister in the books. He's supposed to be like completely mangled.
Yeah, his nose gets like cut off or something, doesn't it? That battle, so there's a scar across it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Powerade vats are emptying into the sewers and poisoning them, so they're trying to stop it because they know Powerade is poisoning mutants.
But it tastes so delicious; it's worth it.
So did we establish before? Because I forget if Berserker had a connection to the Morlocks.
Well, that's the thing. They know him, and he knows them by name. So this is the first hint we're getting at it.
Okay, I thought it seemed like we should have known something from before.
I don't think so.
Not. Okay. So Bernard Seeger overhears Caliban, senses him, is able to see him in the dark. He tells that wherever Evan goes, the X-Men won't be far behind. Torpid is the name of the
yep.
Of this guy, right?
No, Torpid.
Oh no, that's the girl. The girl. That's right, the girl with the hand. So she zabs Berserker, keeps him time where the X-Men is, and then they take off and head to the Spears factory. Later, Berserker's able to get back away, tells the X-Men where they're going. Morlocks do some damage, and then Spears arrives with security. A fight breaks out, and the Vats end up toppling. The Morlocks run as a tidal wave of Power 8. Brushes up on them. And just the Morlocks become trapped. The X-Men arrive and save them. Storm washed away their remains of the Power 8. Morlocks and Evan sneak away. I see Xavier talking to Spear and telling him the drink is poison mutants. Spear says he didn't know if the Morlocks had told him he would have done something about it. Meanwhile, they search out for Evan in the sewers. Storm finds him and wants him to come home, but he wants to stay with the mutants. He's trying to figure out his powers and doesn't think he fits in the normal world right now. He's covered in these sort of spikes. Kind of a sad moment. Then back at Spear Industries, we see Xavier get into the car, tells Logan they're ready to go. Instead of Logan, though, it's Kitty. And because that's his Logan's revenge, was having Kitty be Charles's private driver, which is a nice sort of payoff of all the insane kitty driving. But then Spear, we see the kind of setup that Spears tells his assistant that he wants the factory up and running again, full production, because Power 8 just became a whole lot more valuable, knowing that it's poison mutants. So he's obviously going to use the formula to sell the government or whoever, highest bidder, I assume. Which, interesting. I mean, what kind of drink? Like what? All right, we'll make this next point. Let's go to the next bit.
You done?
Yep. End of episode.
Please don't worry about me or look for me. I'm with friends. Goodbye, Auntie O.
Wait! Evan, don't go! Evan! I want us back in production ASAP. Power 8 suddenly became a lot more valuable.
Look at this douchey face.
So the funny thing about this guy is, like, this was all an accident, it being toxic to mutants, it seems, but it just happens to be like a happy accident to this particular mutant racist. He's just like, oh, sweet. I didn't mean to do that at all, but that was awesome. Now we can make money off killing mutants.
Yeah, I was going to make a next point, but what possible... No, let's keep going. Yeah, just go ahead. I'll make a next point.
All right. Power 8 might be this universe's mutant plague.
So legacy virus of the
I was
X-Men.
wondering if it was going to be like a Kick kind of analog.
Oh, that would be cool if it was.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
this was long before that story came out, though, when the series did.
Yeah, I guess so. So, okay, let's move on to ratings.
How should we proceed, sir?
By making a call.
Nine.
Yeah, 9's good. I'll follow you with a 9.
It's good. A lot going on. A lot of serious stuff, but the kitty storyline was kind of a nice bit of brevity to the episode.
100%.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun X-Men stuff. I feel like there wasn't a lot of like action as far as like fights and stuff go. Because there was like no involvement with the Brotherhood or other mutants. But I feel like the interpersonal stuff with Evan, his powers getting out of whacker, was interesting enough. I wonder. I would appreciate if he just stayed one of the Morlocks. I'll be curious to see how that goes.
Me too. I mean, he can skateboard down there. The turtles do.
Yeah. Turtle skateboard competition.
Oh, that sounds fun, Evan.
How should we proceed, sir?
No, we did that already. We'll proceed to the next segment, sir.
There's no point.
Right.
Oh, he's going to be bit of a spoiler, but he'll be gone for a while. He'll return in the final season. So I guess
he may return as an X-Men in the final season. Stop giving us spoilers to the Neef. Jesus.
Yeah, Neef. That was dropping too many spoilers this episode. He's just mad at us.
Because this is his favorite show, as you constantly say.
Exactly. I don't say it.
You specifically say that. No, you say that.
Yeah.
So what possible drink could not hurt humans, hurt mutants? Like what like it's only some chromosome in your DNA that makes you mutant, and the idea that whatever that chromosome is reacts negatively with a sports drink. Like what could they possibly put in that would hurt mutants?
Because sports drinks give people heart attacks, Andre.
Well, it's caffeine. It's usually, depending on the sports drink, it's electrolytes, which is just salt and water, caffeine, and sugar. So, like, whatever's in this thing, it's got to be some wild third party.
No, think about it. So you jack these mutants up on super, like, ridiculous amounts.
But even touching it, just touching it hurts them. It's not even just drinking it. If they touch it.
Well, it's a lot of caffeine. You can absorb things through your skin.
Instantly killing you or hurting you enough that you're like...
That's a little harder to explain, I agree. But,
So whatever this thing is, how can it only... I hunger.
I hunger. Yeah,
I used to have a Galactus toy. I don't know if I still do anymore. That was like this big. It was pretty big. And it like, if you press the center, it would light up and it would go... And then it would just go, I hunger.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I wonder if it's over there somewhere. Maybe over there somewhere.
This guy needs a hunger voice, but in the voice of Ralph Ineson.
I hunt clever bug.
Clever bug.
Yeah. What possible? That's insane to me. Like, what possible ingredients could cause me? Could be absolute poison to mutants, but be fine.
It's the liquid version. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. The liquid version of whatever's in those control collars from X-Men the animated series.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Although that's created by Bastion, who's an advanced mutant from the future, an advanced sentinel from the future that is infecting him. So,
Oh, Bastion didn't create those. They did that on Genosha. Didn't have anything to do with
actually, no. What's his face created them? That was established in the show.
Forge.
Forge created
Yeah,
them.
right. Well, sort of.
Possibly with the help of Bastion.
He invented the technology. They created the collars from his technology.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think they were going to do with it?
He was a naive young inventor. He didn't really know and he trusted his government. I mean, that's the most naive part, of course. Yeah. So, X points. My first one, because I forgot it last week. So recently, great famed Canadian actor Graham Greene passed away. And I just happened to be talking to the executive, I think he was the executive producer, Sidney Iwanter of X-Men the Animated Series. And he happened to mention that he tried to get Graham Greene on X-Men to do a voice for a while, for a few episodes.
That'd be cool. And
that would have been cool, but his schedule never lined up. And he also said he tried to get Shirley Douglas and Kiefer Sutherland to do voices.
Kiefer Sutherland would be cool. He definitely
he said he did get Shirley Douglas, but I think he said he tried to get Kiefer Sutherland because he got Shirley Douglas, who's his mother. And then I'm like, how did I not know Shirley Douglas was on the X-Men? And then he just taunted me for being Canadian, as he's wont to do. And I taunted him back, and as it goes usually. Myself and Mr. I Want Her. But yeah. So that would have been, I gotta go figure the Shirley Douglas mystery out. And Graham Greene and Kiefer Sutherland would have been interesting. Like, who would Kiefer Sutherland have voiced on that show?
He wouldn't have been bad for Bastion, actually, but someone with a deep kind of gravelly evil voice. I'd say some kind of government guy. He would have been a good Nick Fury, actually.
Trask.
Yeah.
Just make him Trask.
Well, no, we already Trask is dead now, but
this is for the old
the
show.
original run, yeah. He would have been a good Nick Fury, even a good Captain
I hope
America.
they weren't trying to get Graham Greene to play Forge. It would have been more interesting if he played somebody other than Forge.
Well, like a non-indigenous character.
Yeah.
I was watching a clip of him on the Ray Green show, and he was the munitions expert there. And they're talking about movies, and he's said about that explosions are represented properly in movies. And then I think Harold says there's a lot of modern movies coming out that people really like, and he named off a bunch, and one of them was Dances with Wolves, which Greg Green was in very famously. And Green's like, "Oh, that was okay," and he goes, "The native guy was good, but everyone else sucked." And he was like, "That was pretty funny."
That is pretty funny. Your X point.
My X point. Next one. This is Evan's last appearance in the entire show until the series finale.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Reappearance. You just razzed Anif for saying that.
You should apologize. Sorry, an episode called Uprising in season 4. So we don't see Evan anymore until episode 5 of season 4, and then the finale. So no more Evan.
And he's going to be here in 2 or 3 episodes, so you're going to have some explaining to do.
No, I mean I don't think saying he's not in it is a spoiler. I guess it is. He already did it. I'm just playing it up.
All right, so back to me. Called out already.
I'm just playing on what you did already. It's already spoiled. I might as well just play on it.
Might as well make it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell people exactly when. People are worried now. They don't know when it's going to be. They're getting anxiety. All right, where's my next X point? So we figured out Torpid already. Oh, so one of the other Morlocks' name was Scaleface, the one
Yeah, I
that
was going to
turned
mention
into
that.
like a big lizard. Yeah, that was my next X point.
That's just it. Because
Yeah, they don't say the name of the other two.
Berserker knew his name specifically.
Yeah.
All right, my third X point is that Andrew Black, of course, has been seen in the show before. He's in the episode Mainstream, which happened earlier, in which he asked, he saw Rogue Kitty in the courtyard, and he said, "Hey, what's your special power?" Before asking Rogue if she could read his mind, Rogue got angry and told him, "Yeah, like I could find it." And later he's threatened by Lance when they bump into each other. Lance turns, asks him what he's smiling at, and says something was funny, if you look funny, kind of thing. So he's been established in the show before.
All right. Now back to me.
And he's based on a real character from Marvel Comics, I believe.
Andrew Black is?
Yeah, let me check that up. Let's make it part of my X point. Yes, Andrew Black from Earth 616. Andy was a mutant kid whose parents were contacted by Professor X when his abilities manifested. They refused to have him study at Xavier's school and chased him away. His alias is the Governor. Gubnor. Governor. He became a prize fighter using his powers.
Well, hey, but how about that? Getting back at the bullies by prize fighting.
Let's see. After winning a fight against Terry McLaren, he took McLaren's side of the Governor and was invited to enter an underground fighting tournament in the Savage Land, run by the Warlord, a Hydra leader and drug manufacturer. However, upon finding it was to the death, Black decided to escape. In doing so, he encountered the super soldiers, and after helping them destroy Warlord's operation, they recruited him into their ranks. He's in the Revolutionary War as well.
So he's actually a mutant. He's not in this show, as far as we can tell.
He retained his powers after M-Day.
Weird. They based a non-mutant character on a mutant character. Or maybe it's just coincidence.
And he kind of looks a little bit like him.
Okay.
He first appeared in Super Soldiers number 6 from September of 1993. So he was around.
Super Soldiers number 6. Okay. All right. Back to me. Did they change the intro vid? Because it was pretty banging this time. I watched it and I was just like, "This is like
the
visuals were
more
just
clips in it."
Yeah, it was just like just the way it was hitting with the music too. It was. I was like, "That's a real banging intro." I'm going to mention that. Yeah, they're really firing on all cylinders. Like, can we say at this point that this show is more consistent at this point in its run?
Yeah, I'd say so.
TAS was, because we're just like 8, 9, 10 on this one for like quite a while now. Doesn't have the highs that TAS has so far, but it's pretty good and pretty consistent.
Yes, sir. My next point is Powerade. Sounds an awful lot like Powerade, which is a sports drink from that time period, knockoff of Gatorade at the time, but became its own established sports drink.
Still around, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Sure is. So I thought it was Powerade when they said it quickly, and I was like, "Oh, it's Power." Like, wouldn't Powerade be upset by this? But apparently not.
All right, back to me for number 4. No, for number 5. This is my last one. Is it? No, this is number 4. Hot Callisto actually has precedent. Hey, they keep making her not a freak. So, I mean, basically she becomes hot in the comics.
She always was a girl with an eye patch. Like, she never looked like a...
They always tried to make her look like a kind of craggy witch kind of thing in a way. Like that was.
I think that's you, buddy. I think you're just...
like she basically lived in the sewers because she didn't meet like 980s like standards of female beauty. Basically, she's like, I have to live in the sewers. Like, but so she becomes hot in the comics, but then she grows snake arms. And then
good old snake arms.
Then she doesn't have snake arms anymore, but she can go invisible. So her powers have been all over the place.
So my final point is: do you know where the term Morlocks originated?
Yeah, right. It's from a movie. No, it's from. A book or a movie? I'll know it as soon as you
Both,
say
but it was a book first
it. Yeah.
by H.G.
It's,
Wells, 1895, The Time Machine.
The Time Machine. Right.
So,
the people that live
They
underground.
live underground in the future, believed to be evolved from the working class that were forced by the rich to work on maintain the machinery that keeps the stuff in the future going. They're sensitive to light. They had large red eyes, gray skin. Yeah, so that's where the term originally came from. Morlock. I would have went with Chuds, they call them maybe, but maybe the old Chuds, the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. But maybe there's still a copyright issue with that one. I think Morlock would be safe by. It was made in 1895, so I think it was a 100-year mark on those. So yes,
And he says that was a trivia question from X-Men Legends.
There you go. With the game?
The H.G. Wells, the game.
They have trivia questions on that? It's been a million years ago.
Probably. There's always mini games and things on these things, isn't there?
C'est possible.
Yeah. Well, all right. Moving on.
I believe, I think it was Jeremy Renner played like the head Morlock in the. Not Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Irons played the head Morlock in the H.G. Wells Time Machine with Guy Pearce. That one.
Right. I don't think
I watched that in high school, I believe. I think it came out like in the early 2000s.
Hey, check it.
Hey, check it. This is our comic reminiscences and recommendation segment. I could go first. So I have a couple of recommendations here. One, did you enjoy the Morlocks in this episode? Well, if you did, see them all get killed. X Factor number 10. This is a Mutant Massacre.
Mutant Massacre,
yeah. So, and it's got that classic Cyclops cover with all the other characters around the rim that they did for every Marvel comic that month.
That they murdered.
Yeah. So, yep. Watch them all get killed in this one. They do. And Scale Pounder has quite the line in this one where he's just like, we're the Marauders. We got one thing that we do, one saying or whatever. Yeah, he's just like, death to all mutants unless you happen to be us.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, yeah, it's a crazy one, though. So, yeah, there's that. Also, just recently came out, Spider-Man 94. So the comic by friend of the network, J.M. DeMatteis.
It's pronounced DeMatteis.
You told me it was DeMatteis.
No, I said I pronounced it wrong my whole life. It's DeMatteis.
I told you it was DeMatteis, and you told me it was wrong. And you just had an episode of your show where you told one of your guests that it was DeMatteis after you.
No, I didn't. I said DeMatteis because he said DeMatteis.
No, it was the other way around.
No, it's not.
I meant to call you on this.
Go listen to it again. It's DeMatteis.
Oh, I will.
He told me that in the episode.
I knew it was DeMatteis. I told you.
Davin. I said in the episode. She called him DeMatteis, and I said it was DeMatteis.
I swear you say the opposite.
You were wrong.
I don't remember what episode that is.
I don't want to go back and listen to it either because I don't remember which one it was either. But you're wrong. I definitely said it correctly.
I hope so.
Because I never say DeMatteis anymore because he corrected me on the episode.
Yeah,
it's DeMatteis.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's very cool.
By the way it's spelled.
Yeah, obviously, sure. But obvious, you have to ask him. But yeah, how is it? Because I told him to add it to my box because I wanted to read
it. The story's good. I'm not a huge fan of the art.
Who's the artist?
Jim Toe.
T-O-E? Is he a giant toe?
T-O-W-E. Like some of it's really good, but like a lot of the faces are kind of weird. Like his faces aren't my favorite. Kind of Quietly Syndrome, maybe. I don't know.
What's it called? 94.
But look at Peter in this image, for example.
Wow, that's weird.
It's weird.
The covers look amazing. Who did the cover?
Nick Bradshaw.
Of course. Oh my god, yeah. The cover's gorgeous.
I know, man. Nick Bradshaw is one of the best, man.
Man, the cover's fucking awesome.
When's Nick coming on your show?
I asked him, he never answered me. I see they're adding Kane to the comic, which is cool.
But yeah, Kane's in here, sort of Ezekiel Sims, Vermin, like this.
They're throwing all the guys.
Molten Man. Like there's a few. Mary Jane, of course, but there's a few characters in this one for sure. Oh, and Moreland, obviously they're introducing Moreland.
I see him in the on the cover.
But I like that whole storyline. Like, it's funny, I'm conflicted on it. I don't like the totem stuff in general. Like, I didn't really like the Ezekiel Sims stuff from Straczynski's
But
run.
yet you love the Madam Web movie.
I haven't even seen it.
Well, Ezekiel's a big part of it, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah, but like, the art's not bad. Like, there's some cool stuff. Like, look at this cool, like, spiders and Moreland. Like, you know.
Yeah, cool.
There's cool stuff
Moreland,
here. Just
Moreland looks
some of the faces are weird.
Moreland looks like Morbius. I feel like the two of them, design-wise, could be easily... Although the Morbius on the show was a bit different because he had the blue and the little thing and this lamprey things on his hands, which somehow is less disturbing than just making a vampire that bites people. Having like the suckers with teeth on your hand seems to be slightly less. It's like on the original Batman animated series. I guess they couldn't kill anybody, so they came up with the Joker's gas, just like freezing people into a death grin where they look like they're dead.
They might as well be.
They
dead.
just look like they're dead, but they're smiling. And I always thought as a kid they were dead.
Scarier.
Way more disturbing. Like this ghastly death grin. Like,
but I will say of all these characters, even probably Moreland, though you get less about him, they all have a twist on how they're being presented. Like it's not fun. Like it's not Kane from the comics, really. His backstory,
unrelated to being a clone.
Molten Man's kind of the same, I guess.
Liz Allen's brother.
Yeah, so it's not that.
No, Liz Allen's brother was Molten Man.
Oh no, well they don't mention that
in the comics.
But he's just like
Liz Allen.
But they do mention that he's just like a criminal, but like not a bad guy. So it's kind of the same Molten Man. But
he says she's a stepsister of Mark Braxton, who is the Molten Man.
Recommendation is not really a recommendation because I haven't read it yet, but it's more like I'll get back to you on it because I found it interesting because I had never heard of this character before.
Oh,
you ever heard of Young Marvel Man?
Yeah. It was very famous.
I hadn't heard of it. It's a British line from the 50s.
Yeah, the Alan Moore comic Marvel Man came out of those. Those are like the British version of the Marvel, the Shazam family.
Yeah, it's like, they lost their deal with DC and they were doing Shazam and they were just like, well, we're just going to make a deal with Marvel and do a new Shazam.
Well, like
to get powers instead of saying Shazam, he just goes Marvel Man.
No, he says, well, the original Marvel Man says Komodo.
Yeah, this is Young Marvel Man.
Part. Yeah, he's like the sidekick Marvel Man. You're not familiar with like the thing that kind of put Alan Moore on the map was one of his early comics was a gritty modern day take on the Marvel Man comic. So those are reprints of the old. And
it was called Marvel Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the old 50s stuff.
It was called Marvel Man at first, but then they changed it to Miracle Man.
I've heard of Miracle Man.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. It was originally Marvel Man, and they changed the name to Miracle Man.
Oh,
for rights.
I thought it looked familiar. That's sort of the same costume as Miracle Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, that all makes sense. I didn't know that connection. Like that's why I was so surprised. Like, as I've heard of Miracle Man, but I've never heard of like this crazy obvious name Marvel Man.
Yeah, those are the old
British stuff. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna get back to everybody on that.
All right,
what do you got for us?
I don't have a comic recommendation, but I have a book recommendation because I had a lot of time to read today, and I read most of this book today. I think we have a couple chapters left. What am I at here? Yeah, I think I'm on to chapter 22. So yeah, it's so I volunteer at a women's prison, running a book club, and we
running a book club. Get out of here, you sly dog!
Shut up! Don't accuse me of that, you monster. There's another lady as part of the group, and it's monitored by guards. They're not right there, but they're there.
I'm not saying you're at fault here. I'm saying like such a handsome man walking into a lady's prison might not be
that's something
able to contain themselves.
That's something I'm accused of being very often, is handsome. Thanks. But anyway, so the last book we read I didn't really enjoy, the one before I didn't particularly like, but this one, because they sort of picked them, we picked some from a list, but they send what they send, so you don't always get what you want. This one, my partner in the group had picked because it was short chapters. Because the last book we did was one of those fucking books that don't have chapters. It's like 4 quarters of the book, and then like you just read. You have to read like 100 pages before you hit the first, like 75 pages before you hit the end of a chapter. That's because like it's split into 4 quarters. It sucks.
Oh yeah. This
one's nice because it has quick chapters. It's also a shorter book because when we meet again is a shorter time period than normal. So it's one I think you would really enjoy. It's called The Stranger in the Woods.
Okay.
And it's by Michael Finkel. And it's called it's a true story. It's called The Extraordinary Story of the Last True Hermit.
Ray Finkel?
Ray.
Ray Finkel?
What do you know about Ray Finkel? So those of you who are interested, this book is really, really good. It's a biography about his name is Christopher Knight. And in 1986, when he was 20 years old, he just drove his car into the woods, took the keys out, left them in the dash, and just disappeared. And
I thought you were gonna say he becomes a vampire and then a cop.
Forever night. No, so this guy lived in rural Maine in the woods for 27 years, all by himself, away from society. He created this ingenious sort of camp. His family were so private, nobody even reported him as missing. He was never a missing person, even though nobody knew where he was for 27 years. His family thought he was out there somewhere, but had no idea where he was. He broke into like cabins. There's like a campground nearby to like get stuff.
That was his hobby. He breaks into cabins.
No, that was how he got food to survive. Because Maine is the woods in Maine are kind of like here. It's not like a lot you could eat in the woods. There's berries maybe, and mushrooms, but hardly enough unless you're trapping animals. But he had nothing when he went out.
He just had, and you realize that you can.
He had a tent, and that was about it. Could you survive 28 years in the woods by yourself, Davin? Right now, if you went to the woods with a tent, that was it.
Winter would be tough because I don't eat. I don't really eat animals so much. I'd have to catch a lot of fish.
So they talk about that in this as well, but they kind of go into the history of hermits and the science behind people that don't like being around other people. I wouldn't say misanthrope because that means you hate people, but people that don't have a social battery, that don't need to interact with other humans, and there's sort of the quiet meditation on just being alone in the woods, and how
solitary.
Studies show that walking in the woods for like 10 minutes a day reduces stress drastically and other things like that. So it kind of goes into this whole, and the guy, I don't want to tell anything but ruin the story, but there is interviews with the guy himself once he finally gets caught. But he was like an urban legend because someone very meticulously would break into these cabins, but he was always very respectful. He only took batteries, he took books, he took food, but nothing that he wouldn't take from people that live there all the time. He only take from seasonal people. Like he had kind of a code, and he's very respectful.
All the random people that got like whoopings or something for like being accused of stealing shit when it was just this guy.
Well, he was an urban legend forever.
He didn't think about that, did he?
And for like a decade, they tried to find him, and they couldn't find him in the woods because they suspected there's a guy out there, but they had no proof. And they had some proof, but they couldn't find him because he had a pretty ingenious place he was hiding out in. And it was only like a
drone over there, and they'd find him.
No, they tried that helicopters, and they couldn't see him because it was close. Because where he was at was like there's like a rock. He had a little way in because it was almost like a perfect little glen that was surrounded by rocks and then tree coverage on the top. So in the winter he could have been seen, but they never tried it in the winter. So stuff like that. But it's a very interesting book, and if you were like me and you think that you kind of idolize people that get tired with society sometimes and can understand why someone might want to do something like this, but be able to do it for 20 something years, it's insane. So it's a very interesting book. It gives some interesting insight into lonely. He was never lonely, but like the quiet of yourself being out in the woods and surviving that way. So I think you'd like it. Check it out. It's called Stranger in the Woods.
Solitary types have interesting things to say. The mythical founder of Taoism, Lao Tse.
They talk about that. There's a time where hermits. There's a time where
yak.
hermits were sort of cool. Like in medieval times, like there were ads for people to get hermits to move into their live on their property so they could consult them as they're seen as having wisdom. And they were like these religious people that believed that if they were in solitude, they would be closer to God. So they would have areas attached to a church where people just walled themselves in. Some would bring them food and empty their chamber pots and shit, but they never talked to people or did anything like that. So it's interesting. It's a cool book. I'm glad I read it.
How comes no one has the last name Chamber Potman? Somebody had to do it.
Most names come from
change that. That's what Chambers was, maybe.
The history of last names is interesting too, because they mostly came from jobs. Like if your job was Smith, your last name was Smith. Shepherd.
My name just meant land by noisy water.
Gardener, Shepherd, like all these sort of names that came around. A lot of them were choosing Baker. Yeah. It just came from what your job was. Tanner.
How long have you been a Maya?
My whole life.
It's a hard job.
Mine's derived from Maya, which is M-I-M-A-I-L-L-E-T. So whatever that was, I guess, back in the day.
Gotcha.
But I like movies, which is fine.
Which actually,
no, I actually consulted all the X-Goons. It's not fine. It's not fine. Okay. They're sick of it.
And I guess Malay's derived from mallet.
From mallet?
So maybe we hammer with hammers. Yeah,
you're just Andre the Hammer. That should have been your wrestling name, Andre the Hammer.
I'm Jim the Valentine. Hammer Shapiro.
Shapiro. Do you have mesothelioma? You do. You might. He just wants to convince everybody they have mesothelioma. He's like, you might. If you were born between these years, you might have mesothelioma.
Dang it, I might.
We'll find someone you can sue for that. Because I'm Jim the Hammer Shapiro.
So the movie I'm going to suggest for you, I watched a couple ones recently. One I definitely wouldn't suggest is the movie The Conjuring, Last Rites. I really did not enjoy that movie.
I like the first two Conjurings.
I didn't mind. I liked the first one okay. I didn't mind the second one. The third one I did not like a lot. And this one I also did not like. If it's your bag, go enjoy it. Hopefully, but I don't know, man. It's diminishing returns, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of the same thing. You could even tell that by the second one. Just kind
of. Yeah. So Jaws, they have re-released in the theater. You can go watch it in the theaters now.
If you've never seen Jaws, go see Jaws. Talk about a movie that holds
even
up.
If you have seen it, go watch it on the big screen. It's pretty cool. True. But I'm going to suggest the movie I saw today and another one. So the one I saw today was called A Split. Oh, what's it called? Splitsville? Splitsville. And it was kind of it's an American movie, reminiscent of a European sort of romantic comedy, I guess, where like multiple couples are all sleeping with each other, that kind of thing. But it's very good. It was well done and had some very interesting stuff and some really great comedy in it. And I really, really dug it. So check that one out. But the movie I will suggest for the X-Goons and yourself, Devin, if you have time, it's called Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales. I remember Freaky Stories. Remember Freaky Stories?
It happened to a friend of mine.
It did.
It's basically a kind of an anthology show that has a wraparound story that sort of connects all the three different disparate stories into one big one. Pedro Pascal's in it. Ben Mendelsohn is in it. And it's sort of as Tom Hanks is in it briefly. It's sort of a throwback to 1980s films and also a celebration of like Oakland in San Francisco, near San Francisco, in that area, California. So it's a very cool movie. It's they have a story about punks versus Nazis in like a punk club in the 80s. And they also have a story kind of about a fixer for collecting man for like a mob boss kind of character. Pedro Pascal plays, and there's also a kind of a story about a famous basketball player from Oakland called Sleepy Robinson, Sleepy something. So, and who is a real person? Also, Too Short, who is a rapper from that area as well. So, all these sort of actual characters sort of.
If Muggsy Bogues can do it, anyone can. You're never too short.
If all of these stories that are kind of mired in realistic characters from actual history, roped in with this crazy sort of kind of fantastical thing, but it's very good. It's very fun. It's very well thought out, very well done, and it's directed by the people that directed the first Captain Marvel movie. So there's that too.
Hey Galactus, what do you hear when Andre goes into the women's prison? I hunger.
You calm down, for fuck's sake. Stop turning with thing I do to help people into something seedy.
That's what I do. All right. Well, I watched the first episode and a half of Alien. Go check that out.
It's great. It's a great show. I had to catch up on that. I actually started watching a comedy show called Good Cop, Bad Cop, about a brother and sister cop pair in a small town, like a Midwest American town. Their dad is Clancy Brown, who's the chief.
I'm a big fan of Clancy Brown.
Yeah, he's great. And the brother is kind of sort of autistic-ish. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be, but he definitely has reminiscence of that. So he's kind of wryly funny in a dry way. Well, the daughter is more of a clever character, but it's a fun little show. It reminds me a little Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but if it was in like a small community instead of a big city like New York.
Well,
worth checking out. The guy that plays the main character. Well, there's two main characters, but the guy that plays the main guy, I think, would make for a pretty good Batman in the new live action series if they're doing it. I think he's Australian. Luke Cook is his name. Look him up. He looks like a good Batman.
Yeah, well, square jaw or whatever. You gotta look like you're rich.
Black hair, square jaw, in good shape. I mean, probably about 40. He looks. He was on the show Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I never watched. But he played Lucifer in that show. He's the devil. But he's from Sydney, Australia. Let's see if there's anything he was in that you would know him from. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or 2.
Who was he in that?
Xylax Frenemy, he's listed as. I don't remember that character.
Xylax Frenemy. Can't say I recall that character either.
No, me neither. He's on How to Get Away with Murder, Julian Red Sabrina. Kathy Keene or Katie Keene, the other failed Riverdale spinoff they tried to do. He's on Hacks. Yeah, he's cool actor. The Librarian.
I took the kid to the Smurfs movie the other week.
There's a new Smurfs movie?
Yeah.
How was it?
Don't go.
Well, I mean, kids' movies are generally not for me.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a ton of awesome kids' movies. Like most of the ones that Disney produces or Pixar are pretty good kids' movies. But this one, it was DreamWorks. But no good.
Oh, Xylax Frenemy is one of the people that Warlock came from. Remember those guys?
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Ben Browder played one of them.
Yeah, there was the one that was like the front and center one that was controlling the pods, and then there's like a friend of his in the back that he was kind of arguing with back and forth, and that was
okay.
But also kind of not a major part.
All right.
Time for a word with our sponsor.
Well,
do we have a sponsor?
Enough, X-Rated is sponsored by Power8 from Spear Sports.
Oh, okay.
So we did a test. We had, a handful of X-Goons, around 10, try out Power8 from Spear Sports. Only 5 of them got back to us. I don't know why that would be.
Good father didn't die.
But X-Rated is sponsored by Power8 from Spear Sports. So try it out. Power8. Delicious. Healthy. Energizing. Get back to us. There's other half of X-Goons. Yeah. Well, should we get out of here?
We should tell people to go check out our other podcasts and our wonderful network.
You wanted to see us, Professor?
Yes, I have a very special assignment. It'll be challenging, so I need someone with nerves of steel.
Wait, you're forgetting your homework.
Your homework is to watch. Oh God, I'm tired. Your homework is to watch episode 7 of season 3 of X-Men Evolution: The Toad, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. What characters are featured in it?
If it's a Toad episode, I'm all about it. Can't wait.
Well, it looks like we see the return of Magneto. Looks like we see. I'm guessing this is Mastermind. Do we see Mastermind? We see Pyro. I don't think he's been on the show yet. That's definitely still see Pyro. We see Scarlet Witch, Toad. Not a lot of Nightcrawler. So yeah, lots of great stuff going on. Looks like Nightcrawler's
Wasn't Pyro one of Magneto's guys that just didn't say anything yet?
Well, he's in this again at some point briefly. Seems like it's a Nightcrawler, semi-Nightcrawler specific episode. Also Toad as well, and also Scarlet Witch, and the Brotherhood's back. So all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, well, speaking of fun stuff, get some fun stuff over on our like Genosha Never Forget. Or you know what? Somebody finally liked our Cyclops was cool design and picked up some stickers. Cyclops was always cool. You get your Gambit merch, your Magneto was right, whatever you want. This one's for you, Morph. Check it all out. Or show how you feel about the Master Mold with a no AI t-shirt or merch of your choice over on the Redbubble or the Patreon. We are part of Swear to Pod Network. Look at these fine podcasts. BS Bargain Bin, X-Rated 97, whatever that is. Locutors of Trek. We have the Independent Wrestling Profiles, and of course, the Graphic Histories podcast.
Yeah, check out the next episode. One just dropped yesterday. It was with Andrew C. Robinson. And I just did an episode with Lee Ferguson, which comes out this
crazy ending on that Andrew C. Robinson episode.
Yeah. I wish I would have known that earlier on. We could have got into it a little more. But I kind of felt like he didn't want to talk about it. Then when he sort of talked about it, I was like, oh shit, this is a real tragedy.
Sorry, I delayed on you a few times. I'm not going to say why, but you're just like, oh well, no worries.
Yeah, it's all good. You had a pretty good reason. But yeah, Lee Ferguson, he just worked on the new Doctor Strange comic that actually just came out this week. My guest on Monday show, so check that out. Great chat. No video for that one. I may have a few reels of the audio, but he couldn't do the video, so I'll figure something out. Davin, I just discovered this, but I feel like it's something you might be interested in. Do you know that the Star Trek Day, they're doing a Khan prequel audio series?
I am aware of this, and to be honest, I don't care.
Really? You don't care about Khan?
No. Khan is one of these crutches they use in Star Trek.
Because he's cool.
No, cool. It's like no.
Actually, who's doing
They made him from Toronto in Star Trek Discovery or whatever. No, Strange Worlds. Yeah.
He's in Strange Worlds?
Toronto now. Yeah.
He's from
It's an awful episode. To me, it's the worst episode of the series.
Who plays him in the show?
He's just a kid.
Huh. So is this after?
People walk down the streets in leaf jerseys and stuff in that episode. It's very clearly now.
Is it in modern day? Supposed to be?
Well, it's supposed to be a bit in the future, like when Khan would have been young.
It's got good reviews though. So this is before the eugenics wars or whatever that he became a monster. Okay. Because Naveen Andrews does his voice from Lost, who played Saeed, which I think is kind of cool. I like that guy. So I feel like he'd be a cool.
Look, it could very well be good. I know a lot of.
He'd be a cool modern Khan. If they were to cast Khan again in a way, it'd be neat to have him. I think Javier Bardem would have been a cool Khan.
I just don't care about Khan. Like making Benedict Cumberbatch Khan and making
That was dumb.
that
There's
was
no
a
excuse for
mistake.
that.
Like
They should have made it. They should have made him Hispanic.
There's just no need for Khan. Like
No,
Spacey
I think
was
there's. It's like Doctor Who.
okay.
There's always room for recurring villains. There's no problem. There's no problem there. It's just,
but not Khan because he's dead in prequels about a character that like
you could have survived that
you know,
explosion.
I don't like
They could've
maybe they just want to
Monty
highlight
floating
the
around his-
eugenics wars or something. And that would be interesting. Maybe
That would
because
be
we
interesting.
haven't really
Which I
got
think
much
this
of
thing
that.
would
So
be good.
hey, if that's what it's doing, then maybe I'll check it out. But as far as like focusing on the Khan character, I don't care. But the eugenics wars, I would find that very interesting. So
Yeah, I mean, in
I'll
Star
read
Wars,
up on it, see what it's about.
In Star Wars, they hinted at a Clone War, and that paid off in dividends. So maybe we'll get a.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So yeah, check that out. I guess maybe if you're into Khan. God, I can't yell. My wife's sleeping.
it's like that. Yeah. See, like that's not even my favorite. Like I prefer Kirk's rivalry with Krug from Star Trek 3, played by Christopher Lloyd. Because Krug kills his son. Kirk's son. He stabs him right while talking to Kirk on the friggin' radio. Like,
what about Christopher Plummer's?
Chang is great too. Christopher Plummer's great.
Shakespeare quoting Cleon.
I just love Krug's line because he's just like they're trying to play him, so they're like they need to buy for time. He's just like, just give me 2 minutes to do whatever I got to do. He goes, I give 10 minutes for you and your gallant crew.
Christopher Plummer's great.
No, that was Christopher Lloyd. That line.
Oh right. Yes.
Christopher Plummer was just shouting Shakespeare the whole time in that movie. Cry havoc.
Yeah, where did the Cleon get access to Shakespeare? Why do he love it so much?
Because he says you've never heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon.
Oh, so Shakespeare was Cleon.
No, but like they find him very Klingon.
Uh-huh.
It's all about just like stabbing people you don't like and shit like that. Stuff Klingons would like, fighting for power, like yeah.
I mean, it's also a lot of guys pretending to be girls and prancing the forest with fairies.
Klingons got nothing against that sort of thing.
I guess not.
Yeah. Well, anything else?
No, just live well, read comics, read books, watch movies, get out there, enjoy life,
and catch you next time.
Next time.
I'm afraid we're shut down for the day.
This program is a proud part of the Swear to Pod Network.